kids, welcome back to our English class. So in our previous class we learnt about a lesson called the flightless birds. So we have finished this lesson. So now we are going to start the exercise, and the first exercise is match the words in column A with their meanings in column B. Write the answers. So we have some words in column A and some their meanings in column B, but they are mismatched. So we need to match them and we need to write the answers. I could not write the whole sentence here, so I have written just their numbers. Okay, so the matched numbers are, you need to write this full answers. Okay, I have just given you clues, so you need to do what? You need to write the full answer. For Antarctic birds, answer is 4. Antarctic birds, birds like penguins found in very cold region on the North Pole. For endangered, the answer is on the verge of becoming extinct. Flippers means paddle-like limbs for swimming. Flightless. Flightless means what? Not able to fly. Discovered means found for the first time. Aid means help given for a specific purpose. Hollow means not solid from inside. Next one is name the following. The bird that use flippers and are fast swimmers. Which are those? Penguins. Endangered birds. Mauritius dodo and flightless elephant, bird of Madagascar. Then the third one is a bird with long legs and is a fast runner. Which is it? It is ostrich. Ostrich is a bird with long legs and which is a fast runner. The largest and heaviest bird of all time, elephant, bird of Madagascar. The dodo lived on this land. Which land? Mauritius. Heaviest parrot in the world, now endangered, kakapo. So these are the answers. Now moving on to the question answer part, we'll see the answers. So kids, here is the answer, the following questions part. So we have the first question, that is, where do emus and cassowaries live? Where do emus and cassowaries live? And the answer is emus and cassowaries live in Australia. Emus and cassowaries live in Australia. Now second question is, how are bones of flightless birds different from a seagull's bones? And the answer is, all flightless birds have a solid bones that are heavy and supported by strong muscles to help them walk or run. A seagull is a flying bird and has a lightweight and hollow bones. Third question is, what are the two ways by which an ostrich can protect itself? Answer is, ostrich can run over 40 miles an hour, faster than any other bird and most other animals as well. As soon as they notice a predator, they run away from their sight. They also have long, sharp claws on feet that kick with tremendous strength. They use this strength to protect themselves. Next question is, describe the elephant bird of Madagascar. Answer is, the elephant bird of Madagascar is the largest and heaviest bird of all time. It is now extinct. It stood nearly 10 feet tall and weighed as much as 3 large ostriches. This bird has been extinct since the year 1700. Next question is, how do penguins use their wings? Penguins' wings appear more like flippers that help them to swim. They are fast swimmers. Next question is, what happened to the dodo birds? Why do they no more exist on the earth? Answer is, the dodo lived on the island of Mauritius off the coast of Africa. It was discovered in the year 1602. Early settlers found that the dodo was not afraid of humans, which made it easy to hunt. It wasn't long before all the dodos on the island had been killed by hunters. Unfortunately, by the year 1680, this bird was gone from the world forever. So these are the questions and the answers. So moving on to the language development activity part, we have a moral story here. A passage here. Read the fable. Fable means a story with moral, a short story with moral. So we have a short story with moral. Now complete the given exercise. We need to read the story first and then we will complete the exercise. So we will start reading it first. Once upon a time, there lived a stonecutter who was unhappy with his ordinary life. He wanted to be like someone having great power. When he looked around to see who he could be, he was impressed with sun. Everything rose with the sun. Sun's powerful touch. He told himself, I want to be the sun. So he turned into a sun. So once upon a time, there lived what? A stonecutter who was happy with his life. He wanted to be like someone with great powers. So what he wanted to be? He wanted to be like someone with having great powers. When he looked around to see who he could be, he started looking around and he saw who is the most powerful one. He got impressed with the sun. So he thought to himself that everything grows with the sun. Sun's powerful touch. I want to be the sun. So he turned into what? Sun. He became the sun. One day what happened? One day he saw that a cloud passing by was blocking the brilliant rays of the sun from falling on the earth. So what was obstructing the brilliant rays of the sun? Clouds. So as a sun, the frustrated creature was now convinced that the cloud was the most powerful between the two. Now the stonecutter, who is now turned into a sun, he got frustrated, he got angry, he got irritated, and he was now convinced that cloud is the most powerful thing on the earth. So he turned into cloud. As a cloud, he used all his might, all his strength to create the most powerful storm the world had ever seen. The storm lashed the earth with rain, thunder, and lightning, thus scaring and drowning everything underneath it. It started scaring and drowning everything that came below it. So, however, there stood a boulder that seemed unmoved and unaffected by the storm's lightning, roaring, and pouring. So there stood a what? A boulder that seemed unmoved and unaffected by the storm's lightning, roaring, and pouring. As a cloud, the frustrated creature. Here, the frustrated creature. This creature is who? Stonecutter, who is now converted into cloud. So, as a cloud, the frustrated creature was now convinced that the boulder was most powerful between the two. So he turned into what? Boulder. So again he converted himself into new thing. As a boulder, he demonstrated his strength by staying calm and impassive in the face of all calamities, in all disasters. All was going fine till such day when there came a stonecutter who began chipping away the strong boulder into bits. All was going fine. He was thinking that I am the strongest and the most powerful thing in this world. Who? Stonecutter. So everything was going fine with him. But there came a day when a stonecutter who began chipping away the strong boulder into bits. When there came a another stonecutter who began chipping away the strong boulder into bits. Now here, this strong boulder is who? The same stonecutter. So now what is the moral of the story? It is in our interest to remember that we have everything we need within us. So we need to remember that whatever we are searching outside, all the power, all the strength we are searching outside, it is all within us. We don't need to be like someone else or act like someone else. So here the exercise related to it is find words from the story that means the following. A short story with moral, fable. Emotionless, impassive. One with great strength, powerful. Blocking, obstructing. Impatient and annoyed, frustrated. Disaster, calamities. Something directly below, underneath. Remove all pieces by hitting, chipping. So this is the exercise. Now we will solve the questions. We'll write answers for these questions related to this story. Read the passage and write the short answers. We have already read the passage. Now we'll see the answers. Who was unhappy with his condition? Answer is a stonecutter was unhappy with his condition. Second question is, what did he want to be? Answer is, he wanted to be someone with great power. Third question is, name the things he thought were more powerful than him. Answer is sun, clouds and boulder. Why do you think did he want to be the most powerful? Answer is, he wanted to show his strength to others. Next question is, where does true power lie? Answer is, the true power lies within each of us. Now next one is, write a suitable title for this fable. This is your homework. You need to write a suitable title for this fable, for this story, whatever you like, but it should be related to this story. Now read each sentence. Use the word powerful in the context. The sun was powerful. So we are using the base word powerful because we are not comparing it with anything. The sun was powerful. The cloud was dash than the sun. Powerful. So cloud was more powerful than the sun. Here we are comparing two things. So we will write here more powerful. So now the boulder was the dash of the three. When we are comparing more than two words, we will write the most. So the boulder was the most powerful of the three. So this is how we write these answers. So this is enough for today's class, kids. In next class we will learn about grammar part, that is gender. Okay, so see you in next class. Till then, take care and study well.